Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're checking out and reviewing the BOBOVR Z6. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So what we have here is a headset that is pretty much based on the BOBOVR X6. Everything about it is pretty much the same except for the absence of the all-in-one system, but the other difference is surprisingly the lens. The lens here is not the same. So anyways, the door here is using a rubber clip kind of mechanism. You can have two options. So if you have a thick case, you can use the first one. If not, you can just use the second one. Inside, you'll find two rubber pads right here, which you can remove, because if you have a phone like my LG G4, or any phone that has buttons on the back, these might actually start pressing on the buttons. On the bottom here, we have some adjustable rubber feet, so you can get your phone properly adjusted. You can just set it and leave it, and your phone will be centered every time you drop it in. Over here, we thankfully have a capacitive touch button. On the side, we have the focus adjustments, so this will actually move the lenses back and forth, which might be annoying for some people since it may touch your face or your glasses. Back to the side, we have a micro USB charging port, as well as the volume up and down, and the pause and play, and an LED indicator right over here. Why is there a micro USB? Well, because this thing is actually using a Bluetooth mechanism for the headphones instead of the usual cable they usually get in the phone compartment, which is great because if you have a modern phone that does not have a headphone jack, this might be a better option. Now, just like the X6, which is the all-in-one model of this headset, it does have a leather cutout all around this thing, and it pretty much has ventilation holes, some clips to hold it back into place, and of course the same strap design. Now, the strap design here, it's not the best, not the most friendly. It does work, but it does require, unfortunately, a whole lot of fiddling around to get it right. Because in most cases, the way you'll actually put on the headset is by first starting off with the front like this. You'll put on the headset, then you'll try to pull the strap to the back. Now, it may look perfect, but in my case, at least, when I put on the headset from the front, because the strap is way too tight, so what happens is your face will actually pull this down, and then your face will be sitting on a plastic piece, so you have to push it back down after you actually put it on. Kind of a hassle. You might figure out a way to actually deal with that. It would have been nice if the facepad here was actually velcroed, or just really wrapped around the whole plastic frame here. Now, speaking of pads, we do have some side pads which do help with comfort, and we have the speakers. Now, the speakers here, as always, they have plenty of volume, everything sounds pretty good, they don't distort, which is the most important thing, and in terms of comfort, there's not a whole lot to boast about. They really just sit on your ear and they just get the job done. They're not uncomfortable, but at the same time, they're not super comfortable. That being said, this is where most of the fiddling around will happen when you put on the headset. So you put on the headset, you fix the facepad, then you'll have to actually adjust the headphones to sit on your head properly. Really, in most cases, you'll probably get used to it over time. Then we have the nose piece, and I'll just remove this piece. It's not terrible, but at the same time, I would just recommend taking it off. I really like how they actually designed it because you can easily remove it, and once you do that, it will provide you with a whole lot of breathing room. And finally, we get to the lenses. Now, the lenses here may look very similar to the BOBOVR X6, but they are actually different. The X6 has 45mm lenses that span the whole entire frame, while the Z6 actually stops around this area. So you have 5mm worth of plastic that's just there to fill up the gap. So yeah, that's that. And how's the quality, you may ask? Well, it's the typical quality. They are sharp, slight distortion on the edges, and one thing I noticed was there's a whole lot of guard rays, so keep that in mind. It may annoy some people, it may not, but I didn't find that to be too big of an issue. And really, that's actually about it for this headset. There is not a whole lot going on here, but my main issues with this thing is, of course, the way you put on the headset. Once you put it on, you have to adjust the facepad, you kind of get the strap right, and then most importantly, get the actual headphones aligned with your ears so you can get a comfortable fit. In terms of the overall comfort, is it good once you have everything adjusted? I would say it's pretty okay. It's not very user-friendly in terms of putting on the headset. I would really love to see another revision of this headset, except this time with the Z5 model with the amazing strap buckle design right here. I absolutely love it. If you haven't watched this video, I would recommend doing so. This thing has a pretty awesome, very comfortable, very easy to adjust strap design. Things I would love to see from the Z7 model would be, first of all, the capacitive touch button, the focus and IPD adjustments, the pull tab design from the Z5, and the Bluetooth function from the Z6. In terms of the door compartments, I would love something that is a bit more secure and easily accessible, and that might be the one on the Z5. In terms of face pads, I think both of them do a pretty good job. This one might be a better face pad because it's more comfortable, but in terms of nose room, I think the Z6 will have a better nose room. But my biggest issue with these type of headsets from pretty much any manufacturer, that would be the actual headphone strap design. It's almost never perfect, and it's really hard to get it right. Again, if I have to pick between these two in terms of the headphone strap design, it would be the Z5 hands down. It's still not perfect, but I would love to see more adjustments in terms of the actual strap, because if you have a wider head, then this thing might actually press against your head. But again, you do have the buckle design here, and that kind of makes it flexible. And of course, way more easily adjustable, because you can just simply pull these tabs and you'll have a very nice secure fit around your head. And with that being said, guys, that is actually pretty much it for this video. Special thanks to BOBOVR for actually reaching out and sending me these two headsets right here. This one I actually have ordered off eBay back in January, but they have sent me the X6 and the Z6. So with that, I am looking forward to the Z7 headset. So should you get the Z6 model? Well, it is up to you. If you already have a headset, then it might be a slight upgrade, but it does have the necessary touch button, it does have focus adjustments, it does have a Bluetooth function, so you no longer have to worry about wires going around your phone, and especially if you have a modern phone, you don't have to worry about it. The lens are pretty good, the speakers are pretty good, and the nose room is pretty good as well. It does support glasses users, but again, my biggest gripe here is that the strap design isn't perfect. It's just that the whole design here is kind of too clunky. The facepad doesn't sit right on your face, it needs to be wrapped around this plastic piece, but it does work, it gets the job done, and it does it pretty well. And that's really all for this video. So I will leave you guys with that. But yeah, let me know what you think. And that is all for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.